From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, those of you as far west as Jackson, those of you as far east as McMinnville. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call with your host, Dr. Shawn Pruitt. And if you're watching this show, I am your community pharmacist. Everyone, welcome to the May edition of Pharmacist on Call. We're in season 9, episode 2. That's right, we've been doing this for 9 seasons. This is your opportunity to call in with those questions and those comments that you have, because your doctors and your pharmacists are busy. Let's face it, they don't have time. But for this 1 hour, I do. This community service is sponsored by Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy, pharmacy choice for the uninsured. And this is where we give you an opportunity to get all those burning questions that you've had and you thought that they were probably silly or mundane and you were reluctant to ask your doctor or your pharmacist. So rule number 1, there are no silly questions. So chime on in with those questions. Like we normally do, we want to do some birthday shout outs here. A big shout out to my big sister, Kimberly Ann Thomas, Director of Regulatory Affairs over there at Meharry Medical College. So I want to say a big happy birthday to her. She'll be turning something at the end of the month here. Don't want to give her age away. And of course, we want to do some condolences for friends of the pharmacy who have lost loved ones. The first is the family of Miss Yvette Jones, who was a friend of the family herself. So we want to extend our condolences to Miss Camille Green and her sister on the loss of their sister here. I also wanted to send condolences to another good friend of the pharmacy, Miss Linda D. Nelson, out there in South Nashville. So wanted to send condolences to her on the loss of her brother last month. So Miss Linda, we're thinking about you out there. I also want to send a shout out to, condolences to the family of Tracy Neal out there in Lebanon, Tennessee. One of my fraternity brothers, one of my chapter brothers actually, passed away last month. So we want to send condolences to the Hancock and the Neal families out there in Lebanon, Tennessee. Let's see, and then we've got one more condolence, but we're gonna go ahead and answer your phone calls here first. Pharmacist on Call, let me help you.
Hi. Okay, I have a question. I already have your beetroot juice. Now, I understand you take that on an empty stomach. Can I take that with water, mix it with water?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then it says, like I said, the beetroot juice on empty stomach, but I have some medicine taken on empty stomach. Which one should I do first?
What's the name of the medication?
Metformin.
Metformin? No, I think you need to eat with that.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's thyroid medicine.
Your thyroid medication?
For overactive. Yeah, for overactive or underactive. Synthroid.
Yes, ma'am. So let's do the beetroot juice first. And
okay.
we're going to wait about 30 minutes to an hour, and then we will do our Synthroid.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Good question, by the way.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, and a good question, Nancy, by the way. Final condolences to the family of Robin Dement, a young lady I actually grew up with. So condolences to her children and her twin sister, Erica Dement Russell, who we all grew up in East Nashville together. And so Robin passed away suddenly maybe a couple of weeks ago. Fun fact, Robin was my first elementary school girlfriend. I can remember in 5th grade. She passed me a note saying, "Hey, I like you, do you like me?" And I quickly sent that yes back like Zorro. Olé! So Robin was my first elementary school girlfriend, so sorry to see her go. Erica, you're in our thoughts and prayers. It's Pruitt's Pharmacy. You all can call in with those questions whenever you're ready. It looks like we've got another one here. Mary, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. Let me help you.
Yes, so I have had a lumpectomy, a cancerous in the breast, and so I needed to find out what can I do, because I'm going to be having some radiation. What can I do to prepare for that and get through it? And they were telling me about CBD oil to help you sleep. Is there things at your pharmacy like that I could look into?
Yes, ma'am. That's a very good question. And actually, they nailed it right on the head. That's what I was going to recommend, the CBD oil. And this would be the one show where I forgot to bring the bottle. But yeah, it's a little bitty bottle like this. It runs upwards of 125, 250, 500 milligrams. And so, yeah, I would recommend that. A, it's going to keep you calm. B, it's going to help with the nausea if you have any. And should give you a little measure of pain relief as well that you may incur just from having the condition. So, yeah, I highly recommend that in lieu of the radiation.
Okay, they also are giving me a hormone blocker, which is going to be, they say it could make my hair thinner, and it could
Arimidex?
make my joints achy. I think so. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Is there anything to combat those side effects?
I would say the CBD would help that as well. So yeah, it would help with any of the joint pain and the inflammation that you may be experiencing. There's also a natural estrogen blocker. It's called Indole 3 Carbinol. Now I haven't compared how good it is versus the Arimidex, but it keeps estrogen at bay as well. But yeah, I would do the CBD for the side effects of the Arimidex as well.
It's Ribidex?
Arimidex. Arimidex. Now that's the name of the drug you're most likely taking. But for the side effects, I would use the CBD for it as well.
Okay. So, but the natural form of the hormone blocker.
Oh, the estrogen blocker, Indole, Indole, the number 3, and Carbinol, Carbinol. It comes from broccoli, believe it or not, but you'd have to eat a ton of broccoli to get what you need. So I use it to when I lift to give me a little more oomph in the gym. So I use it as to block estrogen. As men, as we get older, our testosterone converts into estrogen at night, and so the best time to take it is at night, so that you block the production of estrogen.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll surely look into that, and I'll be down to get the oil.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
And I'd be curious.
Thank you.
Well, as you're going through your therapy, man, I would be curious if you could report to us kind of how you're doing in terms of the pain relief and the nausea and the achy joints from the Arimidex. So just kind of keep us posted on that.
I sure will.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye. Oh, very good call, man. Y'all coming with it today. Let's see who we've got here. Pharmacist on call. Let me help you.
Yeah, I have a question to ask. I have alopecia areata, and I was wondering what kind of vitamins I could get to help with that.
Okay, very good question. So I too suffer from alopecia areata, and what it is, it's an autoimmune disorder where your immune system begins to attack your hair follicles. So I think if you all can remember around 2018, 19 or so, I was baby-faced. So all this was gone, of course, all the eyebrows and all that. So what I did is I started taking biotin, about 10,000 units a day, and I've kind of slipped on that. We also have some hair, skin, and nail vitamins that my techs swear by, but it does appear to be doing fairly well. And then actually the potion seems to help too. It's kind of keeping my immune system from being overreactive. Those are the things that I would try, ma'am. Certainly starts with biotin, about 10,000 unit capsules. Do about 3 or 4 of those a day. And then we have some hair, skin, and nail vitamins, which has horsetail or something like that in it, which appears to be pretty good. And then of course, our potion, or you could just use black seed oil in and of itself. That should help kind of suppress your immune system from attacking your hair follicles. Your hair can come back. It'll come in and out in patches. No rhyme or reason. I don't think they even know why it happens. It's just some of us have this autoimmune disorder. That kind of answer your question?
Yeah, I've had it since I was 18, and my hair will come out, and when it comes back, I'm redheaded, so it'll come back black, blonde. brown, red, gray,
Interesting.
all different colors. I used to have steroid shots put in my head.
Okay. All right, well, good deal.
And I don't want that again.
Yeah, I'd probably rather go the natural route. And so make sure you're getting your biotin in, and stop by for the hair, skin, and nail vitamins. And then you may also, did you rule out any thyroid issues?
No.
Okay. Maybe have your doc take a look at your thyroid hormones and your estrogen hormones as well. They may play a factor as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, so alopecia, I'm not sure what percentage it is. Nothing to get too sensitive about. I guess you're kind of vain. But yeah, I had the baby face for years. I'll say about last year, this thing started growing back in, eyebrows slowly coming back in, chest hair and all that. So it looks like the biotin and the hair, skin, and nail piece, for those of you who are dealing with alopecia, that looks like kind of a decent cocktail to get your hair back growing. Great question. I've been wanting to talk about that forever. Okay, let's see what we got here. Looks like we're up on our first break, so you guys stay right there. We'll be right back.